Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for this collective energy reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for the collective today. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning or whatever time it is, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, let's see what messages we have today for the collective. Okay, what was that? The sun. Wow, beautiful. Everything's gonna be okay. The sun is out. Everything's gonna be okay. Might not feel like it. I hope it does. But if it doesn't, please be assured, whatever you're worrying about, it's gonna work out. You're just in between things right now. You're just in between things right now. Trust it. Take it day by day. King of Rods coming out here. Be confident. You can bring your vision into manifestation. This kind of felt like it was coming out in the reverse when I was shuffling. So I'm wondering if you're having sort of a moment where you're not feeling confident today. Be assured that if you're moving through something and it feels like it's an obstacle, oh, look at all of that. Let's put those back and see if they come. The Two of Wands did come out. So you are at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads today, and I'm feeling like you're not sure. You're not sure if everything's going to be okay, if everything is as optimistic as I'm making it seem. But it does feel, the energy around this feels like you're moving towards something. I'm wondering if there was a sacrifice. Some of those cards that flipped over, I saw some energy that made me think that, and the Five of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. So you may have just released something and you're starting to feel the space that you've created. Sometimes when we feel that space we've created, it can make us feel like, what have I done? You know, that kind of energy, what have I done? But you know what? It was all good. Karma here for you. Judgment card upright. You did end something recently. You did make a choice. You were at a crossroads. You took the path that resonated with with the aligned version of yourself. I feel like you've transformed. You've changed. You've changed. Something has triggered a change in you, like it sounds a bit cheesy, but almost like the butterfly changing knows, the caterpillar knows when it's time, and you did too. And something changed around you. You may have felt some sacrifice and loss, but it was all karmic clearing. It was the time to do this. Good news is coming now. You made the right choice based on focusing on your own energy. This is how it feels. It feels like you made a choice about your own energy and you went for it. You went for it. And now you're sort of at this big open space where you've cleared all of this room, and you might be feeling a little bit small in all the space you've just made, right? But it feels like it was the right call. When I see the Judgment card, you closed out a cycle, or many cycles maybe, because they weren't bringing you into alignment. And now you're busy manifesting. You're busy manifesting to fill that space with things that do align. So keep focusing your subconscious on all of that stuff, on all of the relationships you want to bring in, all the opportunities you're wanting to bring in, all of the ways in which you want to have an aligned experience, right? As you open yourself up and separating from things that no longer resonate for you, separating from things that make you feel drained or depleted or defeated. You got the big green light here with the Eight of Wands. Just keep going. You're on the right path. I don't know for who this is, but I feel like saying, I know it might not feel like that right now. It might not feel like that right now, but that's just because you've just made a bunch of space. You've just cleared out a bunch of room, or you've changed directions. That Two of Wands tells me you were at a crossroads, or you're at one now. And so as you pick your path, you're really being guided to choose where you want to invest yourself. Seven of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck. As I'm talking about choosing your path, you're really examining which path to take. Should I take the path where I've invested so much already, or should I take the path where I'm just beginning something new? And I can't help but feel like I'm reading for someone who has chosen the path of something new because the old path just didn't feel right anymore, to put it simply, to put it simply. And now you're busy manifesting and you're trusting. I hope you're trusting the process, trusting that the sun is coming. High Priestess, so you've got some stuff coming through your divine connection, okay? You're connected to you're getting information, right? You're getting, maybe in your dreams, maybe intuitively, maybe you're seeing signs and synchronicities. But it could also just be that you're getting a lot of new ideas about things, right? When I see the King of Rods and the High Priestess, I can't help but think that you've changed how you prioritize your choices. You've changed how you make your choices. You're no longer just asleep. I feel like you're awake. You're awake to yourself. You're not in autopilot, just doing the same things. I feel like you've changed your patterns, or you're changing them now. Seeing the High Priestess in reverse tells me that there is still maybe a part of you that's in denial, maybe, of the unseen energies, or thinking, well, that was weird, or that was a coincidence, or that was random, and really it's not. There's nothing random about it. It's not a coincidence, and it's all just divine guidance. And I feel like seeing the High Priestess in reverse makes me feel like you're not relying on that. You're not relying it. You're not trusting it. You're still in awe, maybe, of all of the synchronicities lining up and how things have moved. You could also be sort of feeling like you're not sure where all of this energy is coming from. Perhaps you're just starting to open up to your spiritual self and your divine connection, and it's all very unfamiliar at this time. And so you're sort of wondering, what is this force guiding me? What is this internal force that I feel moving me around and changing my direction? This is interesting. This was earlier when a bunch of cards flipped over and I didn't take them. This was one of them. The High Priestess was one of them. It's very interesting to see them come back. So you may need time to put your mind at rest, because, I saw something interesting the other day, that movement is good for the body, but stillness is good for the mind. So you might need to put your mind at rest and get out and have some fun. Have some fun in the sun, doing whatever it is that you like to do that feels like play. Move your body, get out and walk. Go dance, go jump around, do whatever it is that makes you feel alive, because that's going to help quiet the mind and allow your intuitive self to be free to guide you more. You've got to put your mind to rest. You may also need to heal from something. There may have been a difficult separation or a difficult conflict or a timeline collapse that you didn't really see coming, or you felt it coming, and then when it happened, you were like, what? Why, right? And the why is because it was time. It's time. It's time to start something new. And sometimes if we don't feel sufficiently uncomfortable in the present, we won't move, right? Sometimes we are made to feel really uncomfortable to get us to move on from something. And, the combination of cards I'm seeing is sort of bringing me there, that, sometimes spirit or the universe, or however you identify with that force, God, whatever it is that you choose to identify with, sometimes has to make things really uncomfortable, or it's just cause and effect, that you were never supposed to be there for that long. Sometimes we overstay in connections because it's comfortable, and because our ego doesn't really want us to be uncomfortable. Five of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Pentacles. So funny, because I'm just talking about all this stuff and then I see these cards. Your perceived losses are turning around, my friends. You have had some moments of loss, of feeling left out, of feeling abandoned, of feeling ignored and unseen and unloved and uncared for. It feels like there's been lots of that. But I feel like you walked away. When I see the Judgment card and the Four of Swords here, I can't help but wonder if you walked away. Two of Wands. I think you saw this and thought, no, No more. This might have been okay for the version of you earlier in the book. You know, sometimes I think about my life that way as a big giant novel, and the character of me evolves throughout the book. And so when I think about the past, instead of judging the past, I think about it as, well, that was the earlier version of me in a few chapters ago. That version of me was okay being treated that way because she didn't really feel like she deserved any more, or she didn't feel like she was worthy of more than that, or she was afraid not to have anyone in her life, whatever. You know what I mean? We go through that earlier in the book. It happens. And it might happen later in the book too, because sometimes those moments help us evolve. Instead of seeing these Five of Pentacle moments as being, I'm a victim, or I'm unloved, it's like, wow, that's the story that taught me to love myself, or that's the story that taught me to stand up and move on and walk away, to use my legs and get out of there, to move to a space where I have the freedom to say if something feels aligned or not. It's interesting. So this is turning around. Five of Pentacles in reverse is a time where perceived losses no more. You're turning this around for yourself. Very interesting. Knight of Pentacles now on the bottom of the deck, encouraging you to be determined and focused in your actions, in your thoughts, in your patterns. A new you needs new patterns. So it's interesting. Our life is essentially a series of patterns, choices, thoughts, feelings, decisions, right? So if we want to change something in our life, if we want to change our feeling about our life, if we want to change our experience in life, we have to start by changing things within that experience, right? Changing patterns, changing beliefs, changing thoughts, changing perceptions, changing experiences, relationships. It all starts with changing things in the now, right? And that's this guy. That's your Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to leave it at that for you. What a very interesting reading. I think I'm going to sit with these cards and reflect on them for myself as well today. But always come back to this first card we received. Everything's going to be okay. Feel optimistic. Feel renewed. Feel like what happens when you wake up and you see such a beautiful sunrise. It's a brand new day, full of new choices about your patterns, behaviors, beliefs, actions, words. It's a new day every day. As long as we're here, we can choose something different for ourselves. And I feel like you're on that path right now. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me for this reading and contributing your energy by watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting. I really appreciate your support and your presence here with me. Have a wonderful day. Sending you so much love and light.